We defy, we defy, we defy, we defy, we defy.
Oh man, you gotta love that intro sequence, don't you? It's just so short and sweet. But here we are doing Vandal Hearts, brand new Let's Play, and I know what you're thinking. God, you're playing another Konami game? Well, shut up. Konami made lots of really good games back in the PlayStation 1 era. Lots of really good games. Suikoden, Suikoden 2, Symphony of the Night, Vandal Hearts 2. I mean, I could go on. But I got having an SRPG itch, and unfortunately my PlayStation 2 is on the fritz, so I can't play any of the really cool games I got that I haven't beaten. So I said, you know what? I'm going to load up an old one. So I went digging through my crap, seeing what I had, and I dug out my Vandal Hearts CD, not Wild Arms. Huh. And here I am playing it. Yep. I was going to play the Misadventures of Tron Bonne, but for some reason my CD won't work in the emulator. I don't know what the deal is. So, and like I said, my PlayStation 2 is on the fritz, so I can't exactly just run it through my capture card and play it. Anyway, Vandal Hearts. I'm going to be quiet during the intro sequence, partly because if I don't put the mic away, I'm going to laugh at the narrator, because he's just such a bad voice actor. But, you know, pretty much par for the course for 96, 97. So, anyway, it's an interesting game. It definitely shows its age. Not as advanced as, say, Tactics or any of the Tactics Ogre games or Final Fantasy Tactics or any of those. And it suffers from Fire Emblem-itis in that you can't go back and grind, but the game is structured in such a way that your levels will kind of remain constant, so it's not really that big a deal. But it's a really fun and difficult strategy RPG, and I recommend anyone play it. And let's get started before I ramble on for another 20 minutes.
Sostagaria. For over a millennium, the fertile lands in the heart of this vast continent were ruled by the holy Ahhh dynasty, descendants of Taroa the Messiah. However, it is man's doom to forget. Amidst all the wealth and exotic pleasures, the nobility lost their way and sank into corruption and depravity, forgetting even the holy teaching of Taroa. It was in these days of unrest that the citizens, struggling under an oppressive regime, rose up and, under the leadership of Ahhh the Sage, took up arms against the kingdom. That was the first outbreak of violence in what would later be known simply as the Revolution. The royal army's counterattack was swift and fierce, but time and time again they were put to flight by the cunning strategies of Ahhh and the indomitable will of the advancing Liberation Army. Victory in hand, the rebels set up a council and worked to establish the continent's first democracy. And so, the Republic of Ishtaria was born. However, Ahhh the Sage, whom all hoped would lead the country, mysteriously vanished, and has not been seen again to this day. Now, 15 years later, the shadow of war once again threatens Ishtaria.
Well, yep, that was the intro. Sorry if you heard me during that. My headset doesn't have a mute switch. It has a button on there that's supposed to do it, but when you press it, it does... Well, I won't do it because it makes a horrible, terrible noise. But, God, aren't their necks getting tired? That is General Magnus. Magnus, excuse me. I just went all dyslexic on his name there. That sparkle. Oh no, cosmic rays! And then General Magnus was bombarded with cosmic rays, imbuing him with the power to, whenever he gets angry, transform. No, not really. It's like, I just, the rays. Anyway, be right back. Right after this, we'll start Chapter 1, A Premonition of War.